Good morning, Keith Delmar here. You're listening to the Keith Delmar Morning Mindset on the Hakanui Taranaki Facebook page with Brian Vickery. I'll be missing Brian today in his lovely introductions and hanging out with him on the radio. We are in self-isolation here in New Zealand, and it is going to level 4, so everything's going to be shut down except our essentials, as you know. But if you're watching from overseas, that's what's happening in New Zealand. The country's on lockdown. So I am in my cabin out in my backyard. It's about 6:30 in the morning at the moment, and I've been out here since 5 getting it set up with some lighting. The cabin's not done yet, but hey, this is where I'm going to do my shows. This is my new home office as well, and that's where I'll be coming to you each week from until we're let out of quarantine and things get under control. This week's episode is about acceptance. I was going to change the topic due to the current circumstances, but I realized that acceptance actually fits in really well with what we're going through right now. And I'll just go to that point first. Acceptance in our hearts allows us to deal with whatever the day throws at us, whatever the world throws at us. So being able to accept what's going on around us, the high levels of stress, people's anxiety, feeling stressed ourselves, and picking up on that feeling. Now, imagine if you were, think more creature-like, and if you were, let's say, a tiger, and all the other tigers around you were scared and a bit skittish. You'd probably pick up on that energy, and you would follow along without even thinking. This is how our human bodies work. We pick up on that energy, and we also kind of get it. So I would like you to take the morning, take the day to try to take a deep breath, few deep breaths, a lot of deep breaths, and allow some acceptance in to how things are going. Feel them. Be more observant to what's going on around you as opposed to just letting it happen to you. Getting some observancy around what's happening, how people are feeling, how people are stressed. So accepting what happens, you don't have to like it, but it is happening. So we do have to allow it to happen. Now, the other form of acceptance that I wanted to talk about today was the one my intention for this show was the acceptance of others and others that are different from us. And I'd like to share an example with my daughter at school. She's 7 years old, and there's a boy at school who he deals with stress differently than others. And how he deals with stress and anxiety is he rips out pages from books and gets really upset. And my daughter recognized this as the way he deals with stress and didn't hold it against him and accepted him and started playing with him in the sandpit. Now, she started getting bullied by other kids and made fun of for playing with this boy. And they were both getting kind of razzed up and made fun of. But she didn't let it stop her, and she continued to play with him and be his friend. And that's really beautiful as a parent to hear your daughter doing something like that. But she said, the kids don't get it. He's just human. This is just how he deals with stress. And that just blew me away that at 7 years old, she can have that thought process and that type of empathy. So it's really beautiful. And I wanted to share it with everyone to say, who are we not accepting in our lives? And how can we open up our acceptance and accept others, even if they do things differently than we do? So kind of ties into last week's episode of openness. Hey, I'm sure that's all the time I have today. So I would just like to say thank you for watching, and we'll hope to see you again next week and hope to be on the radio very, very soon. Thanks again. Thanks for watching. Thanks for being you. Check out Hakanui Radio on iHeartRadio. So that's Hakanui Taranaki, and you'll find us there. Take care.